Here is a brutal truth. You can have 2 degrees, you can be a top-tier expert in your field, and you can solve complex equations in your sleep. But the moment you stand in front of a flickering stock ticker, your brain starts functioning like a 5-year-old's. Have you ever wondered, why do I drop money on something that just 3 months later makes me look back and ask, what on earth was I thinking? How can you be smart enough to earn a fortune, but naive enough to lose it all overnight because of a random tip in a group chat? Don't beat yourself up. Even Isaac Newton, one of the greatest geniuses to ever live, lost his life savings in the most embarrassing way possible. He could calculate the motion of the planets, but he was powerless against the madness of the crowd. In today's video, we are exposing the psychological blind spots that turn your high IQ into a liability. And most importantly, we'll show you how to avoid becoming the next miserable genius. We love to tell ourselves we're independent thinkers with sharp, critical minds. But in reality, deep down in our gray matter, humans are still pack animals. Psychologists call this social proof. Thousands of years ago, if you saw your entire tribe running, you didn't stop to analyze if there was a tiger. You ran to stay alive. It was a survival mechanism. But when you apply that to finance in 2026, it becomes a catastrophe. When you see your friends flashing profits on social media, or your neighbor buying a new Tesla from a land flip, your brain sends a signal. Everyone's doing it, so it must be safe. In that moment, every chart, every financial ratio, and every bit of logic you've ever learned is tossed out the window. Your intelligence hasn't vanished. It's just been hijacked by the primal fear of being separated from the herd. Here is a painful reality. We don't fear being poor. We fear seeing others get rich faster than us. That is the root of FOMO, the fear of missing out. Neuroscience has shown that when you watch a money-making opportunity pass you by, the part of your brain that processes physical pain actually lights up. That's right, the feeling of missing out hurts just as much as a physical injury. For smart people, this pain is even sharper. High IQ often comes with a high ego. When you see someone you consider less educated making more money than you, envy starts to distort reality. FOMO pushes you into a state where you aren't investing for value anymore. You're investing to soothe your psychological pain. You don't buy because you understand the asset. You buy because you can't stand to watch from the sidelines for one more second. The next enemy of the intelligent investor is overconfidence bias. Smart people tend to believe they are in control. They believe they can predict the future, a feat that even supercomputers struggle to achieve. Because they are smart, they often fall into analysis paralysis. They hunt for patterns in random noise and convince themselves they found the secret formula. But the financial market doesn't follow Newtonian physics. It follows the erratic emotions of millions of human beings. When you believe you're too smart to be wrong, that is exactly when you are most vulnerable. The market doesn't care about your degrees. It only cares about your discipline. So how does a smart person protect their wallet from their own rebellious brain? The answer isn't more knowledge, it's building behavioral filters. First, install an emotional circuit breaker. Apply the 24-hour rule, or even better, the 3-day rule. When you feel that surge of euphoria because a stock is mooning, or total terror when the market turns red, walk away. Intense emotion is a signal that your logic has been disconnected. Only when your heart rate returns to normal do you have the right to make a financial decision. Second, shift from instinct to systems. Instead of trying to read the market every day, build an automated investment system. Set it up so that money is automatically moved into safe portfolios every month, regardless of whether the market is at a peak or a valley. When you turn investing into a mindless habit, you remove the biggest enemy from the equation, your own feelings. Third, defend against your ego. Start a trade journal. Before you pull the trigger, Write down 3 reasons why you are buying, and more importantly, 3 scenarios where you could be dead wrong. The truly smart investor is the one who constantly asks, "What am I missing?" rather than basking in what they already know. Finally, embrace boredom as a privilege. Real wealth is usually built during the most boring periods imaginable. If your strategy requires you to check the ticker every minute, that's not investing, it's gambling. Use your intelligence for greater things and let your money work for you in silence and monotony. Financial success isn't a hard science, it's a soft skill where how you behave is far more important than what you know. You don't need to be a genius to get rich, but you absolutely must be a master of your own emotions. Intelligence is a powerful tool, but don't let it become a trap for your own arrogance. Thank you for joining us at Simple Money. If you've ever learned a hard lesson from an emotional decision, share your story in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to help us decode the psychology behind your wealth.